Welcome to the Mother Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Angelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today. This is Dawn.
And Angie.
And this month for December, we're going to be talking about what every woman should know. Happy Christmas Eve. It's December the 24th, and we are continuing as promised. We are delivering what we said we would deliver. We are giving you 31 days of what every woman should know, our December 2021 series. Today's topic is going to be a little bit confusing for some, but completely understandable for others if you are a traveler. This is an experience that I had, so I got to talk about it. How to squat properly to use facilities in other countries. Have you ever gone to a country, Angie, where you get there and you either had to use the outhouse bathroom because they didn't have inside facilities, or you had to squat over a toilet and it had like where you could, like the shower thing where you can wash yourself off, you know, kind of like a bidet, but not fancy. Have you ever had that experience?
No, I've just experienced something different where I went to like Europe and all it was bidets, like at the house we stayed at with the families.
Oh, you didn't really tell me that. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they didn't, like, of course they didn't have AC or nothing in the schools or in their house, but they had bidets in the bathroom.
Oh, wow. So
that was the first time seeing one in person.
When was the first time I saw one?
That was the first time I saw one in 2009 summer.
Oh yeah, I know. I had an experience twice. I used to do mission trips with the church, and I did it for several years. But the very first time I went, we stayed in really, really nice cabins. But when we were out building churches and stuff and doing mission work with the schools, we had to use whatever was out in public, right? So when we were building the homes, they had like a little, it wasn't even a shed because it wasn't that fancy, right? But there was like a little shed with a curtain on it, and in there was a hole in the ground that was made out of concrete. So you couldn't sit on it because you're not gonna sit your behind on concrete. Plus, there was no light in there, so it was dark. So if there was a snake inside that hole, oh well. So let me tell you something. When I went there to that bathroom, to whatever you want to call it, I opened it up and I said, oh no, I'm gonna hold it. I held it for another 4-5 hours until I just was like, I have got to pee. If I would have had a cup, I promise you, I'd have peed in the cup. But I didn't have one to do that. And I was with the church group, so I had to have a little decorum about me. But I'm telling you, I went in there and I squatted and I hurried up and got out of there so fast because the only thing I could think of is, oh my God, a snake is gonna crawl up me. That's all I could think about because it was so dark in there. You couldn't even see if you were aiming right or nothing. My second experience is I went on an Asia trip with a group of about 67 people, and we all went into, how ladies, we go to the bathroom in packs. We all went into the bathroom, and they didn't realize that every single stall was, with shower curtain onto it, and it had the toilets that are in the ground. I guess those were called bidets too, but they were literally like using the bathroom on top of tile or something, but it just happened to be a little toilet built into the ground. There was nothing where you could actually sit like we are used to sitting in America. And so one of the ladies, which was much older than everybody, and she was one of the leaders, she had just literally used the bathroom all over her legs and everything because she couldn't squat. She's older. She didn't have that kind of strength in her back and legs and knees and stuff. And she said, Dawn, how did you use the bathroom so fast and come out? And I said, you're supposed to squat real fast, push, and move on. She said, what do you mean? I said, look. And then the other lady was like, please teach me because I'm scared to use it because I do not want to use the bathroom all over my legs. And I say, listen, this is what you got to do. And I took them in the little stall. I didn't take my clothes off. I just was showing them what to do. I said, listen, you have to straddle the aimed spot. One leg to the right, one leg to the left, straddle over it. Now, if you have on shorts, you're going to have to take that off, because if it hits the floor, it's going to get wet, because everything is wet on the ground part, right? Because people use the little shower hose thing to hose themselves off. Especially if they do number 2. So I said, you got to straddle over the aimed spot. So it's better if you got a skirt on, because you can just move everything to the side and then just squat. Then you got to bend exactly over the spot, but you got to literally bend your knees like you're squatting and dipping down a little bit without falling.
Child, I be the passed out trying to hold my weight up and then strain. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm just saying what you got to do if you don't want to pee all over yourself. And then you got to squat slightly and then push, but you got to push real fast so that no matter if you got to do number 1, 2, or 3, it's a done deal in no time. She say, you can do number 2 and 3. I say, listen, let me tell you something.
What is number 3? That like sharding?
Oh my God.
Why is even there a number 3?
Number 3 is basically if you have diarrhea. You ain't never heard nobody say number 3?
I have, but I never really sat
There's levels to this. Okay, so you know what number 2 is. You know what number 1 is. You know what number 2 is. Now you know what number 3 is. There's also a number 4 and 5.
I'm not gonna do that.
Number 4 is when you're doing both things out of both ends at the top and the bottom. And number 5 is just a disaster. So there's levels to this, okay? But all I was trying to tell them is if you don't want to mess up your clothes or get stuff all over your legs, or I mean, who wants to have number 2 running all down their leg? I mean, you're not gonna do that, or you just don't want to have it on the back of your dress or your pants or whatever. I'm just saying it. And if you can't do that, then you're gonna have to hold it until we get back on the bus and there's a toilet on the bus. You're gonna have to wait, but that could be in 5 hours. Ain't nobody 65 or older trying to hold nothing for no hour or 2 or 3. And then you have another option. If you're going to be traveling in foreign countries and the bathroom situation is not what you're accustomed to, and you don't have the strength to hold your body up, push back, dip down, and drop it real fast, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to bring some diapers along with you. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're going to have to bring the things with you. And also, if you want to get real fancy with it, you're going to have to bring a change of clothes. You're going to have to bring a change of clothes. Let me tell you why. Because if you're not willing to do what I'm trying to show you to do, then it's going to be some accidents, or you just not going to eat for that day to make nothing have to come through, because the body going to do what it's going to do. You just going to have to figure out how to do what you need to do. But after Honduras and after being in Asia, oh, you're not finna catch me slipping. I know how to squat, dip it, and drop it. I'm done. No incidents at all. And I don't, hey, this is personal business, but hey, we can do what we want. This is our podcast. Personal business. Sometimes I practice my squatting still at home over my own personal toilet that's clean because I know it's mine. But I still practice my squatting because I ain't finna be caught off guard not being able to, handle my business wherever I go, because I don't ever know what the bathroom situation is gonna be. And I'll tell you something else. When I go in public, even today, my goal is to never have to use a public restroom, but if I do, I squat. I can tell you this, when I go to my mama house, your grandma, I don't sit on their toilets. I do not sit on anybody's toilet. I squat. I don't know your cleaning situation, and I don't have my can of Lysol to be wiping down your stuff before I sit on your toilet, so I squat. I don't sit on other people's toilet. So
what I hate is when you can smell people's private parts after it. You don't even have to sit right after them on the toilet or even be in the bathroom right after them. It could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes after. Why do I know what your private parts smell like, or what your booty hole might smell like? That is so, I'm really confused. Like, maybe people don't take baths every day, or maybe you just, what I call it, ranch off.
I don't know, but your brother's bathroom is only about 20 steps from mine, maybe 25. I don't sit on his toilet. I just don't. If I have to emergency go in there because, something else is going on, let's say my toilet is overflow, whatever, I will squat. I don't do it. I can't. My mind says no. So what's your tip?
I don't even know if I have one because, like I said, I'm not going to be straining and getting lightheaded from straining and trying to do number 2 squatting. But I think if I don't have any wipes,
You said wipes, spray, and poopery.
well, not poopery. Well, I mean, I don't really be having that, but Lysol wipes or Lysol spray for sure.
Well, it sounds like you need to introduce some poopery to whoever private parts you smelling after they use the bathroom, because at least the poopery will disguise the smell. Because if you smelling people,
Ooh, and what I don't stand is when you got thigh dirt. Like you don't people don't exfoliate your skin. Why do you have dark marks all on a toilet seat after using the bathroom? I don't understand.
skid marks on.
I don't understand.
But yeah, it's really good to. I have like a little personal size Lysol in my purse that I use usually when I'm traveling. I want to spray down the little tray in front. I want to spray down the handles that I'm going to put my elbows on. I want to, wipe down the seat. Now on the airplanes, they give you the alcohol wipe thing where you can wipe your seat down and everything, especially the headrest part where everybody has put their head and may have little bugs in their hair and all that stuff, or different kind of gels and things. I don't want to mix my hair with it, but nowadays, because we're wearing masks, I also bring a scarf and will put over my hair if I feel like I'm not comfortable, or a hoodie or something like that, to be able to lay my head back. But also having some kind of Lysol spray or even Febreze or whatever, so you can cut these smells. Because I'm real funny about body odors and smells. I don't like
Mhm.
smelling other people's body odors and private parts and any of that stuff. But that poopery is really a good mask, because let's just say you go to your new boyfriend house for the first time ever a year later after y'all start talking, and you decide that I just can't hold it till I get home. If you go in the bathroom and you got your little personal, because they come in a little personal size, you can keep in your purse,
Mhm.
go in there and you spray the water 1, 2, 3 times, it masks everything. So then if you have to do number 2, 3, 4, 5, then at least get a mask the smell. And by the time you flush it, now if the boyfriend is smart, he know what poopery smells, so your game is off. But I'm just saying, just to protect that, because you just never know where you're going to be caught out. And if you have to go, you got to go. Because guess what? The thing about it is we're all human, right? So that means we all do the same things. It's just that we want to just have a little bit more decorum about and being more discreet about what we're doing. And if you ever live with someone, you're not going to be able to hold it every time. Hey, I was watching this show one time, and this guy had just started dating this girl, and he asked her to move in. And do you know that every day he would tell her, hey, I'm going to go out to Starbucks and get us some coffee. Do you know that he was going to Starbucks to do number 2 because he didn't ever want to do number 2 because their apartment was so small and he felt like she was going to be able to smell it?
I have people that talk to me on the phone while they're doing number 2. I'm glad they feel comfortable, but like, you don't want your privacy. I mean, they don't even put me on
Well, as
mute.
long
I'm
as
just
it ain't
like,
on FaceTime, I guess nobody will really know what the other person's doing on that other line, because I can neither confirm or deny that I've done that as well. But
yeah, but I don't need you to announce it. Like, okay.
oh, no. The announcement is not necessary. That's true.
Mm-mm.
That's definitely true. Well, that's our show for you for Christmas Eve. If you need any squatting lessons, you can always come back to this show and think about it. Straddle the aimed spot, bend over exactly over that spot, push your back up, squat, pop it down, drop it low, and you done. Get out of there, spray yourself up, clean yourself up, get your wipes, wipe all the areas you need to wipe. Do what you got to do. I'm trying to tell you, you go to Beijing, you go anywhere in Asia, you go to Honduras or somewhere like there where the bathroom is on the outside, there is no inside facilities. I'm trying to tell you, I'm warning you now. Nobody warned me, so I'm going to warn you. Had they told me some of these things, I probably would have been like, remember that year when I went to Asia and I told you I bought a Shiwi?
Mm-hmm.
I bought that Shiwi and I still have it. It's purple. And when I'm going to different countries, I take it with me, because that's just a great way. And ladies, if you don't know what a Shiwi is, it's kind of like a wee wee for women, because guys can just whip it out and go to the bathroom anyway. But there's this little silicone, it's made out of silicone, and it's a very, 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 very soft to skin. And what you do is you place it up to your area where you use the restroom. Now, this only works for number 1, not number 2 through 5, but you put it up to the area where you urinate, and it goes through a funnel and straight into the area where you want it. So it's almost like you're putting a wee wee up to your private parts to be able to pee out of, so that it goes aimed directly to it. I have one. I've had it for years. You clean it very properly with water. It's made out of silicone, so it cleans very easily, and it goes back into a little pouch. And if you're a traveler like I am, or used to be before everything happened, that's something that you want to have on your list. I know we talked about in one of the podcasts about having your door locks and all that, but let me tell you something. If you don't know how to squat, push it back, and drop it low, you better get your Shewee. That's what I got to tell you for December the 24th, Christmas Eve, 2021. And that's our show for today.
Yes, and before we let you go, please subscribe to our channel, like and comment on our content, and also share to anyone you think that might be inspired by our content or relate to any of the things we've talked about so far.
Absolutely. And until next time, which is going to be Christmas Day tomorrow. So bye for now, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.